St. Paul downbound 30 minutes above 11 and 12. Upbound for Stag Island, the American Century at 0952, followed by the Oklahoma Strongfields, the Strongfield Shell. And what's your ETA for night 7? St. Paul downbound 30 minutes above 11 and 12. Upbound for Stag Island, the St. Paul 3 at 0952, followed by the Oklahoma Strongfields, the Strongfield Shell. And what's your ETA for night 7? Downbound 36 above 11. Upbound for Stag Island, the St. Paul 3 at 0952, followed by the Oklahoma Strongfields, the Strongfield. Yeah, nice job.
And now they get to take home $250,000. Hey ladies, congratulations. So Haley, how did you decide? So for folks at home, you saw the cousins, two sisters are inside the headquarters, so two cousins are inside the headquarters. And then Haley was out there in the woods. They could see where she was from the area of view, and they were directing her path the whole time, helping her they should figure out the right or the left. And then in the end, you open up that box and there's the money. So what was the hardest part of it all, Haley? And how did you decide you were going to be one of the world?
I think the hardest part is just overall unknown of everything, both on my side and huge keyword from day one. We had no idea what we were walking into. This is the first season of this, and yeah, throughout the whole competition, it was every day with unknown, and we just kind of had to take each day as it came. We don't have to always make it, but it's because it might have been a different outcome today than.
Yeah, you made the right choice to go on the show. Carly and Natalie, how about the dog? I was, fighting my nails, watching y'all have to help her, especially with the Morse code. That, because you had to get that right. She had to say 3 dots, space, 2 dots, and you had to tell her the letter, and then she had to figure out the sentence.
Hey, good morning, Brenda.
Yeah. We just need to be all in every single day and just.
How are you doing this morning? How's everybody, the family? How's the little Angel and Bill? And there's TJ, Mr. Giggles. So I hope everybody's doing good today. It's finally sunny here. It's a little chilly. It's 45 degrees, but we got up to 75 yesterday. It's not expected to be that way today.
It definitely takes the pressure off. What was it like watching yesterday?
It's one of the limits and everything, so it kind of step back and watch it again.
Fear, you could have the choice of distracting your family member, situation. We saw.
Justin, how you doing today? Good, I hope.
Thank you so much. Have fun spending that money, getting us there.
I had to change my background camera. This is a camera that's downtown on the top of the city building because the one that's on top of this building right here just doesn't want to seem to work properly. It keeps freezing up, locking up.
There we go.
Hey, Justin's got his audio going.
That Brenda, TJ.
But they are optimistic that the conservative Supreme Court will come down on their side.
So you did your bus thing this morning?
Yeah, I just got home.
Lots of kids?
Well, same as normal.
Okay, it wasn't more than or less than usual, huh?
No, not really. Only time you ever see like a lot less kids is usually at the beginning of a break or something. Kids will skip the last day.
Yeah. Well, I just didn't know whether maybe the day after a break, if they just came in late too. I didn't know.
No, it's usually the beginning of the breaks that
They,
a
they,
lot of them will ditch because
they-
it's an early release, so they only do a half day anyway.
oh, okay. Giggle says he's off from work today. Brenda says hi to you, and so does Giggles. Mr. TJ.
What you up today, TJ? What are you talking about? I just got home, TJ.
He just got home from work.
You're the one that's off today. You're sitting around in your whitey tighties.
Yep.
I haven't
TJ
worn those kind of underwear in years.
TJ's a goofball.
I stopped wearing that kind of underwear when I was in like middle school,
Hey, TJ,
elementary.
did you ever play golf? Do you play golf? Because you could change the name of it to the goofball.
I've never actually played golf. I've played on driving ranges, but that's about it.
Well, when I was in high school, my parents were members of a country club that had a golf course, and I just because of my weight and everything, the way I was golfing was terrible. I developed a slice. I'd take off on the tee here, and it was going to go up and go out that way, and I'd tee off and it'd come around like this around the clubhouse and land on the back green. So it's like, in fact, one day the pro came out of the clubhouse, and he watched me tee off, and I looked over. It went around, and I looked over, and he just shaking his head and walked back into the clubhouse again.
Yeah, my grandpa used to live on the 18th hole of a golf course, and
Yeah.
We used to go to the driving range all the time, me and my cousins, but we never played actual golf. I got invited a bunch of times to go play with people, but I never actually tried.
Well, Brenda and Bill are big golfers down in Florida.
But
School system is not
that's like saying they have a Jeep in Florida. It's like everybody, every other person.
Here comes Mr. Giggles now.
That's pretty funny. You know, I'm just giving you a hard time, Justin. I always like doing that every now and then.
Well, you're fine. I ain't worried about it.
No, I actually I used to take golf lessons like a long time ago, and then I just kind of quit doing it after a while.
You got tired of chasing your balls around? Is that what-
Yeah. Like, damn it, I gotta go get it. Ah.
Sarah's cousin was in a golf league for the high school in North Carolina. I think he got a scholarship for that, for some
Oh.
golf team at a university or something, I think. He was really into it. He was always outside with the net practicing. He had a net in his front, big old net in his front yard that he'd practice with.
I remember when we were out golfing, I was with my stepdad and a few friends, and we was all, well, I was just driving the golf cart, whatever, and and one of his friends told me to drive the golf cart around. And I drove it like all the way on the other side of the damn thing, and and my stepdad comes up to me and says, "TJ, what the hell are you doing?" He's like, "Well, he told me to drive the golf cart around." And I was like, he was like, "All right, fair enough."
You were the
Yeah.
talk of the town, probably, TJ.
Yeah.
Everybody was standing out there in the course watching. Who's that idiot driving around the golf cart all over the hole?
Now I have been I have gone to a couple of golf things where that's all I did was riding the golf cart with the people playing, but I didn't actually play.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's kind of fun driving the golf cart.
Brenda says it's a hard game, very humbling.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that. It is like I'll be driving around and I see people out there hitting the golf balls and I'm like, man, that seems like really like a hard game, but you have to see where your ball lands, and then it's like you got to go like after everybody hits their balls, you have to go to the next par and go get your balls or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a good market for used golf balls too if you're somebody that can collect them.
Yeah.
I was watching this guy on YouTube. He was going around to the golf courses, and he'd go in the lakes and get all the balls, and he was getting about 10 cents a ball.
Have you ever like gotten a golf ball and just like sat there and just counted like every like little dimple on it?
No. I'm sure you could Google how many dimples are in a golf ball.
Yeah. I think I saw something that was like how many bumps are on a basketball. I forgot what the exact number was.
But no, there's actually, like I said, there's a pretty good market for used golf balls. A lot of driving ranges and stuff will buy them if you take them in there.
Yeah.
That's what this guy did. He would just fill up 5-gallon buckets. He'd go snorkel. He'd just put a snorkel on with a pair of goggles.
Oh
and
yeah,
go
because
down
a lot of people like hit them in the water sometimes.
Yeah.
And stuff.
there. Yeah,
And
and he would just he goes in the waters at the golf courses with this little net and just scoops them up and puts them in a 5-gallon buckets.
That's like that scene in Happy Gilmore when he goes and dives for his ball. There's like all those balls just sitting down at the bottom.
And then he just does a quick wash on them, and then he'll take them to different golf stores and driving ranges, and they'll buy them from him. And he, like I said, he gets about 10 cents a ball, so it adds up.
Yeah, I've seen something where they showed a picture of the inside of a golf ball, and sometimes people will actually cut the ball in half and like take off the plastic or whatever it is and just like unravel it or whatever. It's pretty crazy what's inside of those things.
I don't think golf ball. I think you're thinking of a baseball.
No, like let's see.
Because I know baseballs have like a material on the inside, and then you get to the center, and it's like a rubber ball in the middle.
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know. I've never cut open a golf ball, so I don't know. But there was this one brand of golf ball he was getting like 20 cents a ball for. I can't remember what it was. But they're apparently expensive golf balls, and those ones he separates.
All right,
Those ones-
so here's like the inside of like what a golf ball looks like. Well, some of them, anyways. They got like it's like a rubber coating
Well,
or whatever.
the diagram on the left there it explains it pretty good right there. Yep.
Yeah.
Click on that.
Yeah, there's the dimples and then wait.
That's the cover, the dimples and the cover.
But it's like the same thing though. The dimples and the cover.
Well, but if you look at it, how it's cut, it's gray on just on the inside of the cover, and then it's a darker gray up on
Yeah, the layers. And then there's the core.
Or yep.
But that's kind of interesting though, like how it kind of looks the same though. The cover and the dimples look the same, but I guess it's just because of like the
Well, the dimples have some kind of a white coating, a very thin white coating on it.
What's up,
Yeah.
Don, Ed?
What's up, Don? Ed?
Hey, Don.
Jim, what's up? Yeah, that's pretty wild, man.
Any of you people have a question on golf balls? Just get a hold of TJ.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you.
He'll explain it all to you.
Here's another like little thing right here. The high trajectory seamless dimples, high resistance mantle, and the high resistance outer core, the cross core, and then the softer core. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's the Pro V1 balls. Those are the ones that guy was getting a lot of money for.
Hey, Jim, how's it going?
Because a 12 pack of those costs $55. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, golf balls are not cheap.
Well, the
Nope.
Pro V ones, that's all the ones I said the guy would separate those when he would sell them because they were more expensive. And he'd get like, I think 20 cents a ball for those. Because they said a little 5-pack of them, like a little sleeve of a 5-pack is like $10 or $15 or something.
What's up,
Hey,
Lance?
there's Lance.
Hey, Paul. Hey, TJ. Hey, Justin.
So,
You have to do some flying for a little bit this morning before school?
I am. I'm gonna take the Avada out and send it.
Oh, there you go.
yeah, because if you do the math on that, you're paying about $4.58 per ball. That's expensive.
So,
Paul,
Yeah.
take a look.
Oh, that's spectacular, isn't it?
Best place to live.
You know, Lance, you ought to tell everybody just how beautiful it really is there.
The Pacific Northwest on days like today. You know, it was supposed to rain like Monday and today, but it's not going to rain today. That's how bad our weathermen are here up here. They can't-
TJ, you know, he's a world traveler. He's been there.
In my mind, yeah. I don't think I've
Well,
actually
TJ,
been.
TJ, come up. I'll show you around.
All right.
Yeah, put that on your list of places to visit.
Yeah, my bucket list.
Yeah. And then what he does, Lance, is he has a bucket list, but then every once in a while he craps in it. So it's
Like, man, I was gonna go there, but then something else came up, so shit. I had to do this other thing.
I've been to every state at least once, except for Hawaii and Alaska.
Every state?
Yep.
I bet I haven't been to 30.
We did a lot of traveling when I was younger. So.
Yeah.
well, yeah, his family had to move him around because they were after him for juvenile offenses. You know, it's
That's funny.
I've been to Massachusetts and I've been to New York. That's about as far north as I've been in that corner of the world.
And
Have you been to Florida,
Oh yeah, I've been to Florida many times.
Georgia,
My brother lives there.
Alabama?
Georgia. I've landed in Atlanta, but that's it. Alabama, no. Louisiana, no.
How about the Carolinas?
Yeah, South Carolina. Help me. Not North Carolina. Not Virginia. Maybe Virginia. I would have to think hard. I think so. When I was in Washington D.C., I think we would.
Here comes Captain Joe.
Yeah, I did. And then when I was in my 20s, like late teens, early 20s, I traveled around quite a bit by myself too.
Don't you be trying to put that whole banana down your throat, buddy. That's a big ass banana.
Then I've lived in probably, let's see, 1, 2, 6 different states.
I've probably lived in. See, I'm here. I've lived in Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina.
Pretty much the southeast, TJ.
Yeah.
I've only lived in 5 states.
Mine was North Carolina, Florida, Arizona, Kansas, and New York.
Where in Arizona?
Out in Kingman. It's right.
Oh, it's close to California, right?
Well, I didn't live in Kingman, but right outside of Kingman, Arizona.
Was
that
it
near
hot?
Winslow? Is that near Winslow?
I don't know, to be honest.
He wasn't
Never heard
standing
of
on the
Winslow.
corner.
That is one of the badass songs in the world. Is the Eagles? That song. Kick ass.
I was about 3 hours from, I think 3 or 4 hours from Phoenix, maybe. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. It was when I was a teenager. I stayed with my grandparents out there for about a year.
Was it hot out there every day?
Well, I was from Southern California, so it wasn't no different to me. Same thing, just different location.
What city in South California?
I lived in Newberry near Barstow. which most people know Barstow because you end up having to go through there if you're going from like LA to Vegas. So pretty well known city. It's kind of a shithole, but
Eastern California.
yeah, it would have been more southeastern.
Yeah.
Not as far south as like San Diego or anything. It was more like southeastern Vegas area. Like because San Diego was like another 4 hours or 5 hours from me.
San Diego's about as south as you can go before getting to Mexico. Of course.
And then I lived in Olathe, Kansas. That's where JD lives at.
TJ, you been to Mexico?
When we went on
You went on a cruise.
yeah, we went to Mexico, the Cayman Islands, and Jamaica.
Did you get off the ship?
Yeah.
They let
Went
you
on-
back on? He go down the gangway.
Yeah, I've been to
That's funny.
Mexico quite a few times when I was younger, and
Did
then
ya?
I went up to Canada up there by Buffalo. I went to Canada a bunch of times when I was living up there because you only had to be like 18 or 19 to drink at the time. I don't know if it's still the same, but I think
Yeah,
it was
they used to be
18.
18. Yep.
And we used to go up there and stay the weekends. We would rent a hotel and stay up there and go to the clubs and then come home on Sunday afternoon.
Here comes David.
Bing bong.
See, Hawaii, California, Washington, Texas,
Oh.
Tennessee, Oklahoma were my states. So I lived in 6, I guess.
I live in a state, a bloody awful state.
Then I was in Vegas for like 2 years.
Took a big gamble.
Do I?
You took a big gamble.
Big gamble.
Yeah.
You said when I lived in Vegas.
Because you said it so fast, David, it sounded like the big candle.
No, actually, I was there for 3 years because I moved up there when I was 16. Me and my sister had an apartment. And then I left when
What you
I
got
think I
there,
was
Lance?
19. I think I left.
Bob
Oh,
Dempsey's poker chip.
Oh yeah, I got one of them.
I was
I got
19
one of
or
them.
20 when I left. Might have been 20.
Let's see.
Talking about Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was talking
I
about
wonder
Las
what
Vegas.
would. Yeah, I wonder what would happen if you tried to use one of them in Vegas.
You get thrown out of the casino. You called a smart ass as they're throwing you out the front door.
If
Great
you hit
advertise.
if you hit it in a stack with others, if you're a big gambler, right?
I mean, if they're real poker chips, they're worth they're worth money, as long as that casino's still open. But that's the problem. You take some poker chips home and you come back 5 years later, that casino might not fucking be there anymore.
Not the amount of times they blow them up in Vegas.
No, the
That
casinos
seems to be.
down.
I've
on
seen
average-
so many casinos blown up in Vegas on YouTube.
Yeah, casinos average about, I would say, 25 to 30-year lifespans before they tear them down and rebuild them. About 25 to 30 years. And they don't, and that's the thing is like some of these casinos were like, you would have considered them historical monuments with the history that they had, right? Like the old ones that the mafia used to run and stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't, none of them have been protected, dude. They rip them down. The only thing they keep is the signs. There's a sign graveyard you can go to where all the signs are at and they're all lit up and you can walk through it. Looks like a graveyard, big old sign graveyard. And you can walk through it and take pictures and all that stuff. And they have all the old signs from all the old casinos. But that's about all they keep from them. They just don't keep any of them. Because there were some old casinos that honestly, just the history of them, I think should have been saved. But yeah, they don't do that. They just tear them down and rebuild them.
I think it's like a regular occurrence, isn't it? They do like blowing up events.
Yeah, what was the one casino? I don't remember which one it was. It was a real famous one, and it was there when the mafia was running it. Like the Rat Pack had gone through there. Like there was just so much like history behind it. I can't remember
Was it
which
the
one it was.
Stardust?
Tropicana and the Stardust.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like those casinos should have been saved and allowed to be like, obviously redo them, but they should have been saved and kept the way they were because of the
Yeah, and I
fact
wonder
they're
what the
just-
oldest one is now. I bet Circus is up there.
Oh, Circus is, dude, that place needs to be torn down. I watched a guy about 6 or 8 months ago. He went to, he stayed the night there and was doing a review on like what was considered like the lowest rated casino on the strip. And he was like doing different levels of ratings. And that was one of the lowest rated ones. And it looked really dated in there. I mean, really dated. And it was just like they weren't really keeping up on the maintenance of the building. There was a lot of shit that just looked nasty. Like, yeah, that one's probably going to be torn down here in the next couple of years. I can almost bet.
Yeah, I stayed there in '87, and then I think again in '03, and it was a hellhole then.
Dude, I'll tell you what casino is really nice and still real nice, and it's a little aged now as far as Vegas casinos go, is the Wynn Casino. They got some nice ass rooms. That was the one that billionaire built for, what was his name? Steve Wynn, I think was his name. He's like really big in Vegas, and I think he built that casino for his wife or some shit. But I was living in Vegas when they were building it. Because I want to say that was back in the early 2000s when they were building that one. Like I said, on average, I think if you kind of look at Vegas's history, you probably normally will get about 30, maybe 40 years out of a casino, depending on how well it's doing.
Is Circus still out there?
Yeah,
Hi, Joe. Yes. You just missed that whole 5-minute conversation we had about
Yeah,
did
he
Joe
wasn't
just
listening.
shrug? Did Joe just shrug his shoulders?
Yeah, I just shook my head.
Okay, I didn't see him.
Yeah, he didn't listen. I said, "You, oh my God."
Yeah, Circus is still around. It's probably one of the oldest
That's
ones.
one
on
of the
strip.
oldest ones, right?
Yeah, and then
Oh,
you
wow.
have, Luxor's pretty old by now. I would say the Venetian's pretty old by now. Bellagio as well.
Simple
Those are all
question,
pushing over 30
right?
years.
Las Vegas is in the south of America, yeah.
Yeah,
Southwest.
what the hell are you trying to be
Southwest.
going like this?
Why is there
No,
no
but-
other
no,
big?
but
Talking about?
Yeah.
No, it said my internet was unstable, so I was just making sure like I was all right or whatever.
You're
Hold on.
unstable.
You're on.
Right. Anyway,
What was your question,
Why is-
David?
yeah. Why are there no other places that have got the big casinos like Las Vegas?
Oh, they do. Most of the big cities have them.
No. Hold on. There's.
I mean, like Las
Yeah.
Vegas, because Las Vegas is world famous. There's
You have
nowhere
Atlantic
else that you
Ci-
hear.
Well, Atlantic City's pretty big. That's on the East Coast. It's not.
Detroit's got 4 big casinos. Big.
Yeah, but you
No,
don't
he's
hear
saying more like Vegas.
the shows at the Vegas, the shows,
Well,
the
most of
casinos, the clubs.
Most of the casinos around the world have some kind of entertainment.
Well, you got Reno, like Mudball said. You got State Line, which is right on the state line of California and Nevada, which is kind
But
of
how
run down
comes
now.
Las Vegas is more famous than the rest?
Because it's one of the originals.
Because it's like the original, like,
Gambling
Right.
center.
yeah, gambling and
The
it's
Rat
just,
Pack made it famous.
And
And it was just
and it was full of hookers too.
oh my God, still is.
But we
full
know
of
we
hookers.
know Justin was there.
You also have, like Donald also said, like I said too, Atlantic City. You have, Shit, what's the place in
Stop.
Nevada?
Stop.
Oh, what's that other little city that's got all the? Damn it, I can't think of it.
I can't think of the other you're talking about.
Not
Right when you get in
Reno.
it.
It's Lake something or another.
Lake
Remember
Tahoe.
remember where they had the big old fucking biker brawl at
No,
a
go.
few years ago? It wasn't in Vegas. It was at oh, damn, what the hell is the name of it? It's Lake something. It was
Lake
where the
Tahoe.
no, not Lake Tahoe. That's in California.
No, it's in.
I've been there.
it's-
I've been
it's
there
in
before.
both.
That's a pretty cool
It's
place.
in- Lake Tahoe is in both California and Nevada.
No, it's not Lake Tahoe. It's is it River something?
Split down the middle.
Fuck, what the hell's the name of it? But it's where they had the big biker brawl a few like 10 or 15 years ago where the Hells Angels and them had that big ass brawl in the
Is that the
casino.
place where
They have the big cruises through town.
isn't
Hold
that
on, I'll
the
find it.
biker thing where Brad Austin went to or whatever?
You're on about the
No,
one
this
that
has nothing to
Uncle
do
Bill
with it.
shows. Yeah, I know what you're on about. Get there eventually.
I like how the one parrot's hanging upside down.
It was where the Mongols and the Hells Angels fought.
Such a fine sight to see. Girls.
What the hell was the name of that place?
Oh, baby. Don't
Um,
say anything.
Laughlin, Nevada. That's what I was thinking of. Laughlin. Laughlin's
Laughlin.
another one. That's like a little. That's what I was trying to
What's
remember.
what's the town that what's his name goes to that comes on every once in a while that he rides his bike out there?
Oh, I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, you're on about the
Sturgis.
one where they get. That's the one, Sturgis, to get naked and shit.
Sturgis, that's it.
That's Ron,
Frank
but that has
the
nothing to do
Tank.
with casinos. That's just a biker run. No, what I was talking about was in Laughlin, Nevada. That was where the Hells Angels and the Mongols got into that big ass brawl, like, what was it, 10 or 15 years ago? And they fucked that casino a new asshole. Like, they tore that casino up. And, like, there was like 6 or 7 people got killed in that brawl. They just started firing, like, both of them just started firing off guns and shit and were stabbing each other and hitting each other with fucking hammers. Like,
Wasn't that in the film? Dust Till Dawn.
yeah, but that was the vampire biker group. But no, this was a real life brawl between the Hells Angels and the Mongols, and they tore that casino up in Laughlin.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it was a big
original
thing.
Dust Till Dawn. That was one hell of a weird film.
Sight to see.
Yeah, that was. I remember when that happened.
Yeah, when you watch Dust Till Dawn, it was like started off just this criminal kidnapping someone. You just didn't expect fucking vampires and shit to come into it. A titty twister. That's what it was called, weren't it?
There's James Towing.
Yeah. If you've not seen the original Dust Till Dawn, you've got to watch it.
Don't say maybe.
Jim says River Run.
Yeah, look at this right here, though. This is where they got into it in the casino. Obviously, this is like late 90s, early 2000s cameras. I think it was a little bit longer. I can't remember the exact date, but look at it, dude. They are just tearing this fucking casino. They're throwing chairs, knocking over slot machines. Yeah, they fucked that casino up. But
How long ago was that?
I know. Question is, did they get jackpot?
Yeah, it was 2002 when that happened. It was
Here's
longer
Mark.
than I thought. But yeah, they got into there was probably 100 members from each biker group, and they walked up in there, and one of them hit another one, and it just set off a chain reaction. They just started tearing that casino up. What's up, Warren?
Hey, Justin, Paul,
Joe
Joe,
Mark.
Hey,
Yeah,
how you
the
doing,
river
Mark?
run.
David,
Exactly, Jim.
Lance.
Hey, Mark.
They call it the river run brawl is what they actually call it as well.
Right. I really don't want to say that the Chinese are having a dig at America, but I bought an LED scrolling sign from Shein, right? Because I thought it'd be funny,
Jim,
right?
Warren,
It only cost me
Donald.
£4, but when I switched it on, it came up with a message. It went,
Ed.
more updates than Microsoft and better. That's what
What
flashed
does an
across the
LED
screen.
light have to do with Microsoft?
I don't know. It was on about the updates.
You know what that was? It was probably somebody from the factory being funny, and they were probably putting messages in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I would do the same thing. I'd be putting shit like I had your mom for breakfast last night or something, or for lunch or
Yeah.
something.
Well, when you
I'd be
test
writing
it.
some, I'd be writing some stupid shit in there. Your mom tasted good or something stupid like that.
Yeah. You thought, right, you're coming from China. I'd have put, you thought COVID-19 was bad. Wait till you get COVID 2026.
Yeah, I know, Jim. That's why I said they actually have it labeled on Google as a river run riot. They like gave it that nickname.
Oh,
But the river run is a big
be back.
biker run that they do every year, and they all end up in Laughlin, Nevada. Because actually, one of the bars in California, in the town I lived at, was one of their stops. They're like scheduled stops on their route because they actually have a set of bars and grills they stop at, and that's like part of their route. And these little bars and grills will make tons of money off these bikers, man. You'll go to this little tiny bar that, like, maybe 50 people can fit in, and you'll have like 500 bikes parked outside, people walking around everywhere. Because we used to get bikes coming through our town all the time, just nonstop bikes coming through. Later, Warren.
Hey, Warren, Brenda, Jim.
Warren's leaving. He said he's got some
Uh-huh.
to do.
He's
Okay, you know.
editing.
Donald.
Is Ed really in China right now?
Who?
Ed?
Ed.
Yeah, 204.
I don't know. I doubt it.
I mean, that's what he said. That's what he said in the chat. He's like, I'm in China right now for a meeting.
I don't
Well,
think
it was
so.
in his back garden in Winnipeg yesterday, so I doubt it.
Yeah, hey, TJ, I've never been to China, but I've been to Holiday Inn once.
Oh. Huh.
And when I was showing him stuff on Amazon the other day, he was claiming he couldn't afford it because of 7 kids. So I doubt he's in China at a meeting.
Was he referring to somebody else being in China at a meeting?
Yeah, Jim, that was crazy. Yeah, security guards got overran in that fucking place. I'll tell you that. They had no chance of dealing with that. Got fucking 1,000 pissed off bikers fighting each other. I wouldn't get in the middle of it either.
That's when you just step back and watch.
That's all you can do. I mean, you would literally have to bring riot police in at that point. I mean, as a security guard or even just a standard patrol officer, you wouldn't want to try to get in the middle of that.
Eventually, it's going to stop. You know.
Well, they'll run out of people eventually, yeah.
That's
They
what I
had
mean.
to call in like the state troopers, everybody, every agency in that area had to come in to help with that because it was out of control. Like I said, they tore that casino up. There was all kinds of slot machines knocked over, everything.
What was
Yeah.
what was the start of it? Like, what? How did that fight break out? Like, what started it or
I
whatever?
think what started it was there was a what you call a what do they call it when like another club's friendly with another club, but they're kind of like
I don't
what?
know.
Well, anyway, it started with something, and I don't know. You'd have to watch the documentary, but somebody said something about somebody, and they went in to confront them, and yeah, it started. I want to say it started over a hang around like club or whatever that hung around with the bigger clubs.
Oh,
I can't remember exactly. It's been a long time since I watched the thing, but there's tons of documentaries on YouTube that'll tell you.
that's kind of funny how like when a fight breaks out, like other people start fighting. Like, what the fuck are we fighting for? Like, let's just watch them fight.
Okay, I'm
They
back.
used to,
But
they
see,
used
you
to
have
happen in Okinawa.
Walk of
We'd be
shame.
somewhere at one of the clubs, and all of a sudden a fight would break out, and you'd be next to a best friend, and he turn around and punch you. So what the hell you punch me for? Well, everybody's fighting, you know.
well, you got big angels, then you got littler clubs like small ones, is
Breaking up.
kind of like a what do you want to call it? Like a friendly club to that one. And then they do those things where they patch over smaller clubs to them.
When I was leaving Okinawa, it was 2 nights before it was 2 nights before we had a pizza place up by the main exchange, and it was a little place where you could, it was something in Suds, but it wasn't pies and Suds. It was something in Suds. But you can go up there and drink a beer and eat pizza. So I was up there sitting at the little bar thing, and a fight broke out. And it was 2 days before I was checking in to the 48 hours before we leave. So it was like 4 days. You have to check into a special battalion. And what they do is they bring you in there, debrief you from the island, make sure everything's okay, that you can leave. And they won't let you leave after the last 48 hours. You got to be there or you don't get off the island. You got to wait. So we were all ready to go. So I'm sitting up there and a fight breaks out and I climbed over the bar and got down by the bartender. She looked at me, she said, "You can't come back here." I said, "I'm not going out there and get arrested." No,
Look at
oh hell
Donald.
no.
Be in the corner reenacting John Wick.
Choreographed ways to die in the West.
So walk of shame, Joe. I just had to take the walk of shame. I lost my filter. I need to go back and look for it.
Your filter?
Yeah, the filter popped off. I just noticed.
Uh-oh.
I'm flying it again. I flew a gap that I hadn't flown before. There's a tree right on the other side. I'm gonna try it again.
That movie was dumb as hell, but it was funny.
A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Yeah, it was dumb as shit, but it's still a funny movie. Now I knew a couple of guys that I was friends with when I was living up in North Carolina, and after I moved, they tried starting their own little one percenter club, and both of them got out of it. And I asked them, I said, "So what happened with your guys' motorcycle club you were in? It got too real." I was like, "See, I told you." I was like, I started laughing. I was like, "Okay." You tried to get into a lifestyle you weren't ready for. Both of them ended up leaving.
Got too real. Well, that's bad.
Yeah, they started hanging around with some bigger clubs there. I guess shit was getting too real, and then them two didn't want nothing to do with it. They both left. I'm jumping off. I'll catch y'all later.
It leaders.
Yeah.
So Joe, what's on your itinerary for today?
I'm going over to the ex-wife's. We're boiling crawfish today,
Ah,
but they're actually buying crawfish. They're not boiling.
what
I
time you
don't know
got?
what time though.
You sound sick.
I'm stuffed up.
Does your face hurt?
Yeah, hurts me
Sugar's
bad.
killing me.
TJ.
Hey, Lance asked a question. I just answered it. I kind of figured that's what he was going at, so I thought I'd finish it for him.
You notice Joe wasn't laughing.
I love you, Joe.
Don't do me any favors.
So what time you got to go over there? Later?
Again, you didn't listen. I said I don't know what time.
Okay, yeah, but I was thinking if she's going to be cooking, and it's Tuesday, it's not going to be in
Not
the middle of
cooking.
the day, right?
She's off.
Oh, okay.
She's not cooking. I said they're not boiling. They're buying them. I said boiling, but they said no, they're buying them.
Boiling.
If they were boiling them, I wouldn't go over there to eat because they wouldn't cook them right.
So if they're buying them pre-cooked, right?
Yep.
What does that cost?
I couldn't tell you. That's what I don't understand. I don't understand. I guess my son that's coming in is buying some of them because they're bitching about money, and they're going to be at least $4 a pound, and they're getting like 25 pounds.
Wow,
So they just got $100 to put on that,
$100, yeah.
but they don't have money.
No
So
one
it don't
has
make
money.
sense.
Speaking
No
of
one
which,
has
how
money.
did your visit go last night with your son and his wife?
Oh, it was good. It was great. The three dogs. I kept telling the dogs, I said, Nick's coming. Like this. I said, Nick's gonna be here today. And they look
Oh,
at
they
the door and Loki would go "Ruff," like that. I said, Nick's gonna be in a little while. So he's got a key. So he just came walking in with his wife. They ran up here. Loki was spinning around, zooming around the house. And then Loki started coughing because he got out of breath. And then Tino started coughing. He got out of breath. He was jumping around. And Cleo hyperventilated. So it
Wow.
was like, and he was down there kneeling down there laughing at him because two were coughing, one was hyperventilating.
Do you have to like give your dog like when they hyperventilate like that? Do you have to give them like
Mouth to snout.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
No, it doesn't take long for him to come back. You can leave him alone, or if you want to do it faster, just grab the nose and cover it up. Just cover it, and it comes right back. But she was the one. She'll do that every time. Like she gets really excited. If I'm going like most of the day and come back, she'll do that with me. But they were very excited. And then as soon as Loki got his senses back, let's put it that way, when he stopped coughing and everything, he went and got the ball and he went and gave it to Nick. Like, here, you want to play ball with me? But they ate the jambalaya and looked at me and said, "It's so nice to have Louisiana food again."
Dude, I love jambalaya. That shit is amazing. But it
Gumbo
has
is awesome.
you just have to like you have to know like where to get it and you have to know somebody that'll make it like really good like Joe like you make really good jambalaya, right?
My sister says it's better than a restaurant.
Oh, there you go.
Now do you have a pressure cooker?
No, I have
Like an Instapot?
I have a crock pot.
No, it's got to be an Instapot.
No. Yeah, I don't
Well,
have a
what
pressure.
I watched that guy on Facebook make it and actually saw it as it is.
Yeah,
It just reminds me of Spanish paella.
yeah, it's something like that. Just a whole different seasoning. Now I did it a little different yesterday. I bought the sausage. It's the first time I've ever seen this. I did this one time when I did a seafood boil. I kept some of the stock. I said, let me keep some of the stock. I'm gonna use it for something, even if I use it to make another seafood boil. So I did a little pint container where you put where yogurt goes in. That's what I had. So it was frozen, and I took it out and I made jambalaya and I put that in there to see if what the flavor would be like. And man, that was so good having that little spice like seafood spice in it. So yesterday when I'm at the like the crab ball spice, I'm at the store, I'm looking at the sausage. I don't need much. And I look down and they've got the Manda pork sausage with seafood spice, brand new. So I bought that little package and put that in. It tastes right back. And I'm gonna start using that. That is so good. And it's cheaper too.
Hey,
It's
TJ, how do you boil your crabs? Do you have to take your underwear off first or what?
Oh, there we go. Oh my God.
Oh dear.
Instagram pot.
That's pretty funny. Have to take your pants off. That's pretty good.
What are the chances of me finding my filter? Probably not good, would be my guess.
What drone?
Oh, I'm gonna go look for my filter. I crashed it in a.
Yeah,
in
but
a
what
bunch of
drone is the
crap.
filter off?
My Avada.
Avada 2?
Yeah.
You'll find it. If you
Isn't it
touch
like
that
a-
tree, it's gonna be around that tree.
Isn't the filter in it it's a clear thing, but it's got the black on it, so it shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yeah, if you go around that tree and find it, right, like right where the tree's at and a little past where the tree's at, you'll find it. Because I've knocked mine off. That day I did that power loop, it knocked it off on top of the that was fun. I knocked it off on top of the what you call it, the that little tin shed thing. And the filter was on the top. So we got the drone down and I see the filter up there because I got the Mavic 3. I brought the Mavic 3 lower close to it and blew it off.
Okay, so make me big, guys. Help me look for it. This is where it landed right here.
Oh, there it is. It's right there. Oh wait, no, there, it's right there. I see it.
And that's the tree it hit right there. Oh, there it is. There it is,
Yeah,
guys.
there
Look
it
at
is,
that.
right there.
Told you.
I told you it was right there.
Look at that.
So
Tried to tell you that.
Joe, you're my lucky charm. That's the tree I hit right there. I went through that slide right there. And when I went through the slide, I hadn't gone through that slide before. I didn't see this tree initially, and I was going about 90 miles an hour. And
Get back, Joe.
I was gonna go
So
catch
I
a
was-
shit.
I went to Joe's flight school this morning. It wasn't a pole, it was a tree.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
I can't believe I found that. See if
Yeah,
it's
that's pretty wild. I think I pointed. Well, I guess Joe did, but I said it was right there. But I don't know.
Yeah, I said it'd be right past the tree.
there's my boat.
That's what
right
it usually
there.
does.
That one right there is my boat.
You didn't say it right. What's it? That's my boat.
That's my boat.
That's my boat.
That's my boat. That's my boat.
When I was working at Simple Goodness, VeggieTales is a Christian type of animated
yeah,
series.
Yeah. Yep.
And we had something about the pirates, VeggieTale pirates or something like this. And I had to put together this big freaking boat that I could have sat in. That's how big it was.
Oh wow.
And it was a big cardboard boat, and you had about 85 different pieces of it. And I'm putting it together. And we had a girl that worked there, Lindsay. And I've got it together. As soon as I get it together, she walks by and she goes, "That's cool." And I went, "That's my boat."
That's
Like,
my
and she fell out.
Uh,
Oh, that's my boat.
That's my boat. That's pretty good. So was it a puzzle boat, or was it like, yeah,
No,
yeah?
it was a display boat for the store, big boat.
Oh,
You had to put all the stuff on it.
you could actually sit inside of it?
You couldn't really. It was big enough that if they would it had a hole in the middle, I could have got in the middle of it.
Oh,
It held about 40 DVDs on the top
oh shit.
across the deck and stuff. Had places for it. And
That's
and I
cool.
was making it, and when I got it almost together, I said, "Oh crap, is it going to get through the doorway?"
Oh
And
shit.
then I looked over the
So you
door.
were
We had double doors anyway. So,
so you were outside putting this thing together, and you had to carry it when you got it put
no,
together.
I
You
was
had
in
to
the
carry it.
warehouse. I was building in the warehouse, but we
Oh,
had that side of the warehouse. We had double doors anyway.
oh, gotcha.
You know, and I looked over there and I measured, and Anthony walks back, Campo, the owner, looked back at it and he says, "Did you think?" I said, "The doorway. I did think about it." Like that.
So did
And
you
I
have
looked
to
at the
like did you
when
put
we
it on
met.
I don't know, like a little trolley thing to
Yeah,
slide
we
it
had
in
those
there?
little rolling things, you know, for
Yeah,
furniture,
right.
and we just rolled it out.
Oh, there you go.
But it was funny when he looked at me. He said, "Did you think?" I said, "The door. I did." And it was easy to open both doors. It was no big deal, you know. But we had to move a couple of things. One of the doors had a display on it on the inside. But I looked at it and I walked over there and measured it, and we had about a half inch on each side. So I was able to just go through one single door.
There you
And he was laughing. We laughed about that for a long time. He said, "You didn't
go.
even think about it?" I said, "No, I was thinking about the double doors, you know. I wasn't thinking about
So,
the single door because
yeah,
we brought bigger stuff through there."
yeah. It's always better when you have double doors because it's kind of a struggle to get things through a damn single door.
Yeah, double doors. Isn't that guy in Harry Potter? Double door.
Well, especially when you have like double doors, sometimes they have that fucking bar in the middle or whatever. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
we didn't have
fuck.
that. It was just wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was smart because what happened is where he had the business at, the business next door to him went out of business. So he rented that side of the building and he had him cut in a double door, you know,
Yeah.
and put the door in so we could bring, because we had to come from we had a double door on the other side and he was giving up that side. He was moving to this side and we had to move everything in the warehouse, all the shelving, all the way across the store. Boy, you talking
Oh.
about fun couple of days.
Huh.
Because he didn't do it when the store was closed. He wanted to do it when the store was open. So he got people in there and everything.
Yeah.
It took three of us. One person had to walk in front of us. One person, four of us. One had to walk in back to keep people away from us. And we're moving 6, 8 foot shelves and big tall shelves through and everything. And we moved that for it took us almost all week to move it over. But we redid it. We redid the warehouse and he looked at me and he said, "It's your warehouse. You could put it any way you want it." And I said, "Really?" I said, "Okay, we got it." So I went through and labeled everything where I wanted it. And the girls went back and forth bringing the merchandise over and putting them in the spots. And it made it so much easier because we had them by manufacturers in different places. And I went A to Z manufacturing. So I had it all alphabetized and by manufacturer. So you're looking for any one of the manufacturers like VeggieTales, you know it's in the back, you know.
Well, that's pretty cool though.
so,
Okay.
so there's been 3 kids in one high school shot and killed over the last year.
God dang.
There was another kid killed. I think he was shot a couple days ago, but died like on Sunday night. He was a kid that my teacher across the hall, the chef, she had him in middle school. This is
Wow.
how small a world it is. The guy, one of the shooters, was one of my wife's kids in a different district. So, you know, and she said, "Oh yeah, the family was trouble," but he's been accused of killing the kid. party.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Killing
Some
each other.
people,
But
like, it's wild, man. Like, you hear all these things, like, you know, like, what is going on in people's minds and their lives that, like, they just wake up like, oh, I feel like killing someone today.
All you gotta do
One
is
of
bump
my,
into somebody and you might get shot.
one of my friends, one of the parents that my daughter's real good friends with their daughter, he says nothing ever good happens after 10 o'clock. You're home at 10 o'clock every night.
Yeah.
You know,
Everything
he's kind of
after 10
right.
o'clock
You
is
know,
bad.
nothing good ever happens after 10.
Yep. you
Or
got a point.
after midnight. Well, I think it's after midnight, right?
Well,
Well,
10
he
o'clock,
said-
basically.
He just said you're home at 10 because trouble starts after that because everyone's been lubed up and liquored up,
Yep.
Yeah.
stoned.
That's crazy.
I ain't know Paul rushed down there and he forgot his card or something. Because that ship's there already. So he wasn't going that long, so he had to rush down there. He probably forgot his controller.
Like, where's my controller? I can't find my drone without my controller.
But I'm sitting here last night at 10 o'clock. Yeah, nothing happened good after 10 last night. I'm sitting there at 10 o'clock and my electricity went off.
Oh shit.
And that's twice now this month my electricity's cut off in the middle of the night.
What were they doing? Were they doing work or something, or?
It says when I look on the outage map, because I'll report it real quick. And the outage map, when it finally shows up, it says cause of power outage unknown. So nobody knows what it's been, you know.
Yeah.
But it's twice now in the middle of the night. The other time it took 7 hours for it to come back on. Last night, everybody's walking around outside at 11 o'clock talking to people. So the dogs are barking at them. And I walk up here and the lights flick on at 5 minutes to 11. They flicked on, went back off again. You know, and then they didn't come on until about 30 minutes later. So it was about an hour and a half total. But you figure when that happens, my computers are backed up on battery. So it goes on, then I've got to shut my computers down. So last night I just said, come on. We went and laid down in bed. I went and laid down in bed. I had a flashlight and that's all I needed. I figured if I go to sleep, I could worry about it in the morning.
Yeah.
Another first world problem.
Yep. But I've been here 16 years. That never happens. So it's what they're doing, if you walk around here, they're laying cable. I don't know what kind of cable they're laying, but it's all, I mean, there's those little flags everywhere. So I got a feeling they're going through there and messing up electrical cables.
Like like when the power went out, did you have to open a window just so you could get some cool breeze inside? Because I'm sure like you.
Oh no, for some reason last night I laid down there because I got a little portable fan that battery powered. It'll go for 6 hours on the battery.
Oh, okay.
And it's all the batteries are charged. I got 3 batteries, so I got 18 hours of fan if I need it.
Oh, there
But
you
I'll
go.
tell you what, I was laying in the bed last night, and I actually pulled the covers over me. It was cold. I was cold on the back because I had the temperature on 72 before it happened. So it wasn't hot here. The humidity wasn't bad. So I was good.
Well, at least you have a portable fan, so that's pretty good.
And then I got the Power 1000, the big DJI Power 1000.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got that.
Joe, do you have the Power 1000?
Yeah, I do. It cost me a lot of money.
About $15.
$88.
$88.
Actually, 99. 99 plus tax because they gave me the Power 1000 and they charged me for the freaking bag.
So how many things can you plug in to that thing at one time when your power goes out or whatever? Because I know your refrigerators have plugs and whatnot, and then your TV, whatever, has plugs, and
Yeah, the problem I got with the refrigerator, if I have to bring it in, find a place to put it by the refrigerator, probably on the floor. And then I've got to pull the refrigerator to where it's at. I'd have to roll it all the way out into the middle of the kitchen to get to the plug.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's the problem with the refrigerator.
It's either that or your food goes bad, Joe. You decide, right?
Well, if it's going to be out for a while, if it's a hurricane, it's going in the kitchen. You know what I mean?
How would you plug up your washer and dryer if the power goes out?
No, you're not washing clothes. It's not worth it. You wait.
No, and different plugs, so you're not washing clothes
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But you could put a surge protector in that Power 1000 and you get another 6 outlets, right? It's just going to
Yeah.
draw more energy though. is
Yeah,
the
because
thing.
what you want to do is like I've got a little one by my feet that I was thinking about it last night. I said, you know what? Because now yesterday I shampooed my carpet, so my whole carpet's clean. Lights go out. I'm worried about Loki just peeing whatever he wants to now. Because at nighttime, before we go to bed, I said, make sure you go in the kitchen, and I turned the little light on underneath the stove, and I leave it low. So it's a light, so he know the light's there, so he's always going in and out of the kitchen. When it's dark, he stays in the back by me. So then I got to worry about if he got to go to the bathroom, is he going to walk to the front? So I was thinking about taking this little lamp I have over here and taking this little power thing and just sticking it in the kitchen and turning it on, you know? That's what I'm going to do next time. If it happens again, I'm going to take this little power unit and plug a little lamp in it. That way I've got a lamp, you know? I may even take that little power unit and stick it over there because I got a place I can put it. Leave it plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one like Captain Ray bought, one of those little bitty ones. He bought one. He was talking about it, and then Uncle Bill bought one, and I bought one.
I was gonna go flying with them this morning, but man, like I got up at like 2:30.
They went to secret spot number 1 today.
No, they went over to the Riviera Beach Marina, but there's really nothing to see over there. Like all it is just the damn Margaritaville ship coming in or whatever, and there's boats and whatnot. Peanut Island.
Yeah, that's what the Peanut Island secret spot number 1.
Well, no, I think the number one spot that Ray likes to go to is that little park that's like right up the road from my house. There's like no, there's no more coffee.
Yeah, that was a good cup of coffee.
I bet it was a good cup of coffee.
Might have to make another one.
Yeah, but the place that he goes to, it's this little park. What is that? I forgot what the name of it, but it's only like right up the road from the house. And
the Boy or something like this.
There's a park, and
is it the Boy? The Boy Park?
No, it's not that one. It's what the heck? I think it's like Lakeside Park is what it is. Lakeside Park.
Okay.
And you walk there. There's a little playground, and then like you walk, and then there's a little tiki hut or a little tiki like little thing, and go over there and catch some boats and whatnot. So that's
Here you go, guys. When you get up in the morning and you find that your weekend has been prepared for you. You ready?
Sex kebab.
There's sex and kebabs.
Sex and kebab.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, it's because we live in Essex, so it's badly folded.
Yes, I figured that. So I got a question. Okay, here you go. Let's ponder this. And since Don is in the chat, he'll be part of this too, I guess. What do y'all think about this theory? And it's supposed to be a prophecy about the last pope.
It's going to be a Canadian Pope, bro.
No, the last pope is. They said that I can't remember the whole thing. It's on Instagram again. but it's supposed to be Pope Francis is the last pope that can be put on St. Paul's Chapel because of the where they put the Pope's pictures. And Pope, he said that the world was going to end in 2027. And according to this prophecy, the prophecy said it's like 442 years between the first Pope, something else in the middle of that, Lance back in. And it comes out to 2027. And then you got the head of one of these financial places, Schwab. He stepped down just out of the blue yesterday. And they're saying what it's going to be. It's going to be like a new world order where it's supposed to be the judgment of Christ, tribulation, all of this. But they're also saying it could be a new world order where everything's going to change. Lance, man, God darn, you like the Three Stooges.
Hold on, I'm getting out. Hold on.
You know, so it's like a clown call with Lance, you know.
The many faces
There you
of
go.
Lance.
Okay.
I'm still listening.
Do you know who
guys.
Lance
I'm
is?
just
That's what it is.
Well, I see it this way. There's nothing the fuck we can do about it.
Yeah, that was funny that we are the pirates that don't do anything. Yeah, I remember that was the theme of it. The pirates that don't do anything.
What is that from? Is that from?
That's the Veggie Tales thing. That was the Veggie Tales.
They were saying on the news maybe the next pope is going to be Canadian.
Yeah, but you got a problem. There's no place for his picture.
See where I hit the.
We can extend the wall.
Oh yeah, you got the little scuff marks right there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What'd you do, Mr. Lance? You hit the wall with it?
I hit a tree.
Oh.
And then, of course, it may have hit the pavement. I don't know. Because it kind of landed on the half of it was on the pavement, half of it was on the grass. I don't know what kind of collision it took once it hit the tree.
You don't have a video of it?
I'm putting it on right now.
Oh, okay.
And my video stops once I crash. That's the way I have mine set. I don't have it continuously running. I will show you guys my collision here.
They tested the spillway, Bonnet-Carré spillway, from the river into Lake Pontchartrain because the rivers were level. So they opened up about 14 of the doors they've got to it, and all the water started going into the spillway. And when that happens, fish from the river will go into that little area and move all the way down to Lake Pontchartrain. And they had some Vietnamese guys out there yesterday, and as soon as they knew it was happening, they went out there because it's full of fish, and it's really isolated, so you're going to catch more fish right there. And they were fishing, and one of the guys caught a carp. Vietnamese guy might be 5'7", 5'4", 5'3". The fish was almost as big as him.
Mhm.
He was standing there holding it like this, and it was touching the ground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was in the ice chest, the tail out one side, the head out the other side.
That'll feed the family for a week.
You rewind
Probably
it
longer
really
than
quick.
that. They don't eat much.
So I'm going to crash right here.
You know you're going to crash there. Don't do it.
And so I go through. I go through here, and that tree I hit.
Oh yeah, that one right there.
Bingo.
Oh.
And it just actually.
What you hit is that little branch sticking up.
Yeah, it looks
No,
like
They
you
had
hit
to
the
scuff,
pole.
they had to
nailed
scuff
the
the tree.
trunk. I
Yeah, it
nailed
looks
Yeah,
like
they
you
hit
hit
the
the pole holding the tree.
I could have hit the pole. Let's look.
Glitching.
Yeah, my computer's too slow to.
Must be a
Right
Chromebook.
here, I go through.
You watch, you're about right height for the top of that piece of wood there.
I think this pole is behind the tree, so I had to have hit the tree, I think.
No, that pole is to the side if you look. It's the way at the
Side
bottom.
and to the back. You see the branches in front of the pole?
But I reckon
Yeah, but
you've hit that.
it's further back.
Yeah, I reckon you've hit that and hit the pavement.
And I found it right here, and I found my ND filter right here.
Yeah, you've hit that, bounce back and hit the pavement. That's what you've done. There you go.
Sure looks like I hit the tree. Let's see if I can. I don't know that.
If you go back to the tree, you'll see the marks.
Right
But it doesn't even look like well, I don't know.
Yeah, he did. He hit the top of that pole. He's just sticking out right enough for him to hit it, and he's hit that, and he's spun it, and he's hit the pavement. ND filter's gone for a fly.
I'm gonna look at it
when you
from here so I can.
And when you
freeze
picked
it.
up the drone, you should have seen the ND filter sitting right there.
I can freeze the frame. Well, I didn't know I lost the ND filter until I got back to the car, and it was about a 200-yard walk of shame.
And it was 400 yards because you had to do it twice.
There and back, yeah. Well, actually, I drove to go get the filter.
It was a driver's shame.
But I had to go 200 yards there and 200 yards back the first time. Okay, skip. And I'll drop
See,
it in.
Paul wasn't flying. The ship he went and got donuts.
On the way back.
Yeah, I definitely hit the tree, David. I'll show you guys here, if I can pull it up.
It was windy down there.
Hey, look, you've gone past it. Oh, you've clipped the tree and the pole by the looks of it. Yeah, keep going.
I didn't touch the pole. I did not touch the pole. I hit the tree only. Did not get as far as the pole.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yesterday it was 37 miles an hour.
Yeah,
Today
yeah.
it's 25 miles an hour. It wasn't as windy.
Under the branch.
But it's windy down there. You know, I had to switch over to sport mode because it wouldn't handle the wind very well.
You fly the Air 2S or?
Yeah, that's the only one I like to fly. I don't fly that flip shit thing.
The flip shit thing.
You want to know how windy it is? Paul had to brush his hair.
Can you guys can't see me anymore? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can see you. We can hear you.
We can
see you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see you.
What happened, David, was here. You guys see that drone?
Yeah.
So, you know, the tree hit here
there
on the outside, and then this hit the pavement. When it crashed, it hit the pavement, and that's where I got the scuff marks.
Yeah.
Is on the right side, but
well, at least you didn't break anything, and you found your
TJ. He did break something. Did you not hear? TJ, did you not hear? Stop, TJ. You're not here. He had to do the walk of shame. He broke something. His pride.
Yeah, his pride.
That right, Lance? Your pride took a tumble.
you
had to do the walk.
I got kind of anxious there for a second because when I first got up there, I couldn't find it. You know, but it was in plain sight. I was looking in the tall grass, not tall grass, but you know, grass that was probably, or bushes that were probably, you know, 4 or 5 inches tall. Uh-oh.
Well, 2 drones you've lost in it, Paul, over the years.
Oh yeah, I've lost, well, not 3 drones.
Yeah.
But the one was the Inspire, and that ran into a tree down by the bridge, but it came down, but I had to replace props.
Yeah, and then your other one went into the water, didn't it? Under the bridge.
One into Lake the St. Clair River, and one into the Black River. Yep.
Yeah, the Black River was the ice.
Yep. I hit a cable because it was right by the freeway. And I didn't realize the cables ran across. I didn't see them, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good.
Well, it's sadly one of those things with drone flying. People are not considerate of drone flyers and put cables across the road and bridges and stuff.
Yeah.
It's disrespectful. They should have been more aware if people wanted to fly the drones in the future.
That's what I think. Yep.
Well, you just think when we got flying cars, how many people are going to hit these cables?
Here you go, guys.
Boston Green.
Says the guy that had to take 54 Ducalax tablets yesterday just so he could take a shit.
Nuclear-lax?
Ducalax.
I thought you said nuclear. I was like, the hell? Kaboom.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
kept,
adding
that
concrete.
kept me up most of the night, so I figured I better celebrate today.
So my second flight didn't record. Why wouldn't it not have recorded?
Is your memory card is your memory card in there? Has it slipped out a little bit? You know, with the impact?
No, I was using onboard storage because I don't have a memory card in there.
Then I don't know.
See if it's full. No, it's only half full. So my first flight up until my crash and then nothing. Sometimes.
There's the ship I just did.
Do you reckon Paul actually buys them Boston creams, or do you reckon he's now worked out which ships have them on the deck? And he just flies his drone out, hooks them up, and takes them. Captain's going to come out in a minute and go, "Where's my freaking Boston creams?"
Hey, look, it's a Canadian ship.
Well,
Could be that. This could be the footage.
So Ed, were you really in China or no?
Oh, it's called Chinatown.
Say what?
Chinatown.
Oh, Chinatown.
Justin,
okay.
when did you think Ed was in China?
No, because in the comments said I'm in China right now for a meeting.
Yeah, was that today?
Yes, it was this morning. Yeah.
Okay. And how fast do you think you can get from China to the US?
I'm in Canada.
Ed, share the teleporter. Come on. Ed's just like clicks his finger and goes, home, and he's there, he's home.
hey, Joe, this is the part where I have to switch into sport mode. It's going so slow. See right there?
Yeah, it slows down a bit.
What mode were you in?
Normal mode.
Oh,
It didn't make that much of an change, though, did it? It was smooth.
Well, he couldn't tell because of the fact that he brought the thing up and didn't let us just do it. Yeah, I think I don't know why normal mode probably could have done it.
Just think, every time one of them ships come from Canada to the US now, one of them holds has to be full of money for the tariff.
Yeah, but you don't know where they're hauling it from. Maybe they're hauling it out of Canada into Canada.
Yeah. See, look, there's a box of Boston creams on that ship, and then it disappears.
Jody, what's up?
Hey Frank, what's up? If you see Jody, let me know.
Morning, Mr. Frank. Good morning, everybody in the chat.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to ya.
Going all Irish, TJ?
Yeah, just a little bit.
So how did the Air 2S handle yesterday with that 37-mile-an-hour wind?
Well, except for that, gimbal thing, it did okay, and I had it in sport mode all the way.
And TJ, you know what I say when people wake me up in the morning and say good morning?
What?
I respond, what's fucking good about it?
What's fucking good about it?
No one ever
on this
answers.
side of the dirt.
No one answers the question, though, doesn't he?
You heard me?
It's
good if you're on this side of the dirt.
That side of the dirt. I'm on this side of the pond.
But you're still on top of the dirt.
I live with Laura. I'm in the dirt.
Oh Lord, never mind. I forgot about that.
David, why is your bird upside down?
We have no answers as to why Bluey spends most of his life upside down. There are no logical explanations. He's just an idiot.
Well, they're both upside down.
No, Rio, the one on top, is actually sat on a perch, and that perch is up above me here. Yeah. And Bluey is actually dangling off a toy ball that was connected to the end.
Okay.
That ball is no longer there because just after that picture was taken, Rio decided to take it down and send Bluey on a nice little trip to the floor.
TJ, can you try doing that off your roof?
It's easy. It's
Can you try to do
Australian.
that off your roof?
Now, what Rio and Bluey was trying to recreate was TJ's fall from the tree.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. That's what it actually looked like. Like, ooh.
I don't.
The only good thing is Rio's pretty good at maneuvering, so he didn't hit the floor. He was able to turn himself right way up and fly. But he's still
Mr.
a freaking
Joe.
nutcase.
Yes.
How was your meet up with your son yesterday?
Well, it was good.
So he didn't. Rio didn't go splat, right?
No, Rio didn't, but Bluey nearly. I
Yeah,
tell
they
you
stay away
what,
for about an hour.
if you think you're good at flying them drones, you're what are them drones called that you don't you fly at speed.
FPV.
FPV, right?
FPV.
You think you're good at flying at them? These little shits, they can fly from the kitchen through the hallway, turn and instantly turn again into the living room in split second. It's like zoink. I struggle to do that bloody walking, never mind flying. When I get up to go to the kitchen, they are there. They're already in the kitchen, ready, waiting for the fruit.
I used to have one of those until it ran away. Until it flew out the window.
That is one of the problems with birds. So many people forget about the window. We have one window that we can open wide, but that's because, you know, the grate that comes at the bottom of the cage?
Mm-hmm.
That's only there for when you're cleaning birds out. Everybody leaves them in, but you shouldn't.
What's that noise?
Oh, Lance.
I was wondering what that was. I was like, what the heck is that noise? But then I was like, oh, Lance is flying his Avada inside.
Yeah.
I thought he was getting.
Yeah,
I thought he was at a dentist.
Yeah. So Yeah, we take
Getting-
that. We've taken
getting
that
drilled
grate. And we
and
put it up
filled.
against the window, so the birds can't get out, and we can have the window open. And all the other windows have got little locks on them, so they only open so far, and they can't get out. Don't stop them trying, you know, and teasing the bloody cat. Down a bit. Down a bit.
Yeah.
Mr. Lens doesn't look too happy.
Is it recording?
It said it was recording. Now I'm gonna plug it in and see if it did.
Yeah, a lot of times I found with the Avata 2 is if for some reason you crash and it turns off, you can't just fly it again. You have to turn it on and off.
Oh yeah, I did not do that.
Cause like it let me do turtle mode the other day. It said turtle mode engaged. So it said engaged. So I clicked it and it flipped over. I watched it flip over. I said, good. Went to take off and it wouldn't let me take off.
You know,
So I had to
it
go
asked me
walk
for
about
turtle-
150
so
yards to
Bill,
get it.
It asked me for turtle mode, and when I got up there, it was right side up. So it landed like this.
Yeah.
It was kind of cockeyed a little bit. You know, on the pavement, on the grass. So it wasn't upside down, but anyway. I
Oh,
probably thought it was turtle mode. Probably thought it needed to be. Okay.
Paul
here's
has
the
got
moment.
to be getting nervous. He's only got one case of Pepsi's there and one in the fridge.
Uh-oh.
He's only got enough Pepsi's till noon.
Think he's gonna go through 48 cans like that?
Is
Yeah.
that 48 or 24?
I thought there was 30. I thought there were 30 cans in there.
Yeah, I can't remember. We get.
Oh, they're
they
not
come in
24?
Yeah. Our
That's a big
cases like
case.
that are 24, but they do a 30 in America and
Oh,
all
okay.
that.
How many
Either
do you
30
think
or
he has
36.
right now?
Yeah, they're always in a multiple of 6.
There's two boxes of Pepsi sitting right there.
No, there's one. He moved one.
Only one. That shelf is normally full.
Yeah, he usually has 3 up there. Well, you see, if he quit buying peanuts, he could have 3.
Every
Here
time he
in
walks
Ca-
past, it goes, "Your shelf is running low of Pepsi. Please arrange a top up."
Here in Canada, we only have 12s and 24s. Only Costco sells those big things for, I think, the 36 mix.
Yeah. Well, in our Tesco's at the moment, you can buy 4 Dr. Pepper for £3.35. You can buy 8 Dr. Pepper for £3.65. You can buy 18 cans of Dr. Pepper for £8.10. Or you could buy 24 for £7.50.
Huh?
And
See,
it
my thing
puzzles me how many people are still buying the 18 pack when the 24 pack right next to them's cheaper.
Yeah.
So it did record, but it put it in a different sequence. And it did not date it correctly. So today, this one that I'm looking at, the date is 4/20/24, but that's the one that I flew. And then the one that I crashed was dated, where did that one go?
You might have to sort it. Just tell it to sort and see what it does.
I don't see any 2025s.
How many cans in that case? Oh,
36.
36. That's what I thought. So you must be getting nervous because you're running out, huh?
Yeah, I'm down. I just opened the second 36 pack that I've got left. I've got 2 left, and usually I have like 5 of them lined up out there. So But you know, it's a new week, so I'll get some more.
Yeah, you quit buying all them peanuts. You could buy all you want.
You hate my squirrels, don't you?
I ate squirrel before. Yeah, you're right.
Whatever
I've
gives you
eaten
that
squirrel.
idea, Paul?
She's always picking on the little guys, and the little guys, whenever I feed them, they come up to the door and say, "Tell Uncle Joe thank you."
Yeah, I'm coming up there and they're gonna thank me. I'm gonna thank you for feeding them and getting them so fat because there's gonna be a lot of food. A lot of
Oh,
meat on
come
them.
on, Joe. They're only squirrels. They can't do no harm.
They're rats with bushy tails.
Rats with bushy tails.
You know what? Guess what? He is not wrong. They are rats. They are part of the rat family. However, they're more intelligent than rats, although rats are pretty intelligent. Yeah, and they're more versatile. But
That's
what you've
right.
got to remember, what you've
Are
got to
we talking
remember
about
when it comes
Justin?
to rats.
Are you talking about Justin? No.
Yeah. Now, what you got to remember when it comes to rats, we have been at war with them since the dawn of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Like
We've
roaches.
thrown every weapon we have at them. Right? We've even nuked the darn fucking things. And they've sat there and gone, is that all you've got? Right? You kill one and four more appear. So
Yep.
just leave them alone. Because otherwise you're going to get invaded with fuckers.
Speaking of which, maybe I need to go throw some more peanuts out, Joe. What do you think?
Why is Boone hungry?
I've already told you what I think. I'm not picking on the rats. I'm picking on you.
Yes, I get what he's saying. He's like, Paul, make sure you've got enough for your own food and your own thing and boon before you think about the animals
Well,
outside.
I got Tim Hortons, and Tim Hortons only like a mile away, and
Yeah, but have you got the funding for it? That's the question.
well, it's only $10 for a box of
Only
six.
$10 for a box of 6 donuts that you're going to eat in an hour.
No,
right?
I don't eat them one after the other. That'll last me until tomorrow sometime.
Okay, but what else are you having in between them donuts?
Well, we have some roast
Ice
turkey,
cream.
some
Got
ham,
plenty of peanuts.
some cheese.
Vegetables.
hell no.
No vegetables. The doctor told me to stay away from vegetables. They're not good for you.
I'm sure we did. But,
Well, you need a new
but
doctor.
as long as you're eating and you can afford it, yeah, then it's fine. But if you're struggling for funds, your bills are getting higher and you can't afford your bills.
Well, what's
then
getting higher?
You really do need
is
to cut down.
utility bills. My utility bills are like $800 a month.
Yeah,
It went
that
up
needs to be sorted.
$300. You told me $500 yesterday.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking electric. I'm talking gas. I'm talking Comcast internet, and all of that. You put all that together.
Yeah, but you definitely need to sort that electric out because that is extortionate.
That's ridiculous.
Just point out, Blackpool Illuminations is 4 miles of lights, and they probably don't run that much bill.
My electric bill works out at £100 a month.
My bills, my electric and gas, it's the same company, and it runs the same. And I pay £150 a month, and they've just told me I've got to lower it because I'm over £1,000 in credit.
Damn.
But I want to stay in credit because what happens if next winter we get a really, really cold winter, right? When everyone else is sat around going, oh no, I can't afford to put the heating on. I'm going to fucking whack that heating on. There'll be smoke coming out of this place.
Morning, Brenda.
Yeah, they're gonna think you're the Vatican.
I think in summer my gas bill works out at about £40 a month.
Yeah. Have you
Hey, Paul,
actually
you put your air
in
to us
winter-
up right now, you might
meters
catch
out?
that ship.
What's
in
that?
winter it can go up to £300 a month.
Well, there's
You put your air
another
to us
ship
right
coming
now.
up right behind that one.
Yeah, you might be able to fly over there and get it right now with the air to us.
Yeah. So have you sorted your meters out, Paul? Mark?
No.
I guess you can't fly from your backyard, eh, Paul, to catch a ship?
Well, there's a lot of trees and
They're
stuff.
taking a bit more money off me, but it's still not enough, I don't think.
Well, I'm not going to mention no names because Okay. But I know one person that's been
No.
getting cheap gas and electricity, so cheap that she's dreading it when they finally realise and hit with a real bill. I really wish she lived in the UK because I can guarantee you they wouldn't be getting a fucking penny out of her. That's what I like about what Labour have done. If they bill you and it's wrong, they can only backdate it 6 months. Anything after that, they can do nothing about. They got to suck it up, buttercups.
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Better suck it up, buttercup.
What I say to my kids every day.
Well, when I look, I look on my British Gas app, and it still says my electric is on a zero balance prepayment. So I don't think they're charging me for electric at the moment.
Well, that's their problemo. Should have sorted it, shouldn't they?
And now my smart meter stopped working, so I've got to phone them up and tell them that as well.
Oh, don't you just love these new smart meters? They told me that my smart meter was old and they needed to upgrade it. I went, try touching it and you'll see how smart it gets.
It's new. It's only about a year old. They replaced it last year.
Yeah, but what they've started doing now, you know the ones when they put them in and they're faulty and the readings are wrong, they take them out, they take them back to a factory and try and replicate the problem. And if they can't, they just put it back in someone else's property. That's what happened to us in our own place.
No,
And
the way
how
mine
much
is
is-
at the moment,
yeah.
the screen isn't telling me what's happening at all. It just won't log in.
Oh, right. Yeah. Guess how much Scottish Power got out of me?
Shut up.
They claimed they owed them £3.5 grand.
No.
They got 500 quid, and I said, "You want the rest? Go and swivel."
Goodness me. Well, I think I'm gonna go take a nap, y'all. I'll see y'all later on this evening.
Catch you later.
Okay.
Who's leaving?
TJ.
DJ.
Oh, TJ. Yeah, he's a busy little guy. You know that.
He's going for a nap.
He's a busy little beaver. You know. Well, we only got 10 people watching. You guys want to stay on, or what do you think?
I don't mind. I've got stuff to do, but I can't be asked doing it.
Okay, well, we can pack it in. Ed, what do you think?
It's up to you guys. I'm not the boss.
Hey,
Ed said he'll wait here for another couple of hours. Lance said just keep watching him. He's busy.
Well,
Joe's playing with. Joe's just playing hover his hand in midair, which is what it looks like with his green screen. And Precious has got a lot to say.
Yeah.
And I've got my charity event to sort out because it went live this morning. So
I have nothing to do till after lunch when they decide what they're gonna do. I think they're gonna do this about like 4 or 5 o'clock tonight.
5 o'clock.
That's probably what they're gonna do. But it could be earlier.
So what you're saying is it's up in the air. You don't know.
Yeah, I have no clue. He's going over there about noon. And I told him, give me a call, let me know when you're going to get him. So it could be 2 o'clock.
hey, Paul.
Joe, you're good at thank God.
I'm looking at outside. I mean, there's no wind.
Right,
sun shining. I might have to fly
Captain
there about
Joe.
it too. But
I've got one of them ribbon LED lights. Yeah, and I need to build a case for it, but obviously it's bigger than the 3D printer.
right.
Yeah. What would be the best way to get two 3D prints to interlock and stay together?
I know there's a way that you can do it. On mine, there's a part where you could slice it and you can slice it clean or you can slice it where it's interlocking. And it'll slice it like a puzzle piece.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm
that when
thinking.
you put it back together, it'll go right back together.
Yeah, print it with dovetail joints.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, if
wondering,
you can do
as
that,
it's
I don't know.
as it's a heavy duty ribbon thing and it ain't gonna fall apart. I'm wondering if I could just print the two pieces and stick this in and use the actual ribbon to hold it together.
You might be able to just glue it, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You know,
But
I
now I've
would,
got to make it. Now I've got to make it waterproof.
yeah, I would do the dovetail because, like I said, if your printer lets you do that, you pull a slice. It says they got one in anchor make. It's got one little button that says slice, and you bring it down, and it gives you three different options on how to do it. And I always slice it straight. And I was playing with it one day and noticed that it said interlocking. Now, what's this? I hit that, and it's like a puzzle piece, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a. That's what I'm going to do. Sod the charity. I'm gonna do some 3D printing.
Joe,
So expect me on here tonight moaning about the 3D printer. It's not been used for 6 months, for a few months.
Joe, did
Yeah.
you give that flower pot to your granddaughter?
I brought it for the house over there.
Okay.
I just gave it to them for the house.
Hey, Paul, Joe,
Well, I might be printing another one. I might be
read the
printing
chat.
another one. I need one tool and the stem and the thing because my daughter-in-law loved it.
Paul, there's a private message in the
Paul
Zoom
and
chat.
Joe in the private
In the
chat.
Zoom chat.
Read that real quick before you guys disappear.
Yeah.
But when you end,
We're not packing it in yet.
No, but when you pack it in, just keep that
if
in
you
mind.
can
and
stay,
do it
you and Lance stay, and we all leave.
Well, you guys can stay too. I don't know that the public needs to. They're interested in what I'm going to show.
Well, I don't know. Everybody's interested in what you're doing, Lance. Unless it's something that's illegal.
You know what? I still want to know why all that stuff is behind him because none of it ever gets moved. So I reckon it's not actually there. I reckon that's a green screen.
No, that's his teacher's compartment. He's got all the stuff for the kids and everybody else.
Yeah, but none of it gets moved, Paul. You look that you get up a video of him from like 3 weeks ago, and everything on that shelf would have been in the same position.
It is a green screen, but I didn't want to tell anyone.
He's not really a teacher.
You might want to put a couple of doors on the front of that.
I think he's in the staff room, aren't you, Lance?
If that's behind his desk, I'd be distracted.
That's with the filter on. This is the first crash.
Hey, Mark, they don't have any DJ updates lately, have they?
Here we go. Sign in. Sign in.
I'm having buyer's remorse on that V-copter.
What?
Yeah, well,
When are you supposed to get it?
June.
Well, yeah,
June.
I can understand that. That's like buying a brand new car at the showroom and saying I'll pick it up in 2 months.
Now I'm having a buyer's remorse because of the controller. Because like I said, I don't like flying with a phone. I'm gonna fly with the tablet, but I don't like flying with a phone. I'd rather have one like you got in your hand.
Like this.
But it'll probably be fine with the tablet. I'm never
Oh, the
gonna
thing
fly
is,
it upside
you
down.
gotta hang a tablet on it, right?
Yeah, I've got the little part to go in it that the tablet fits in. But I'm never gonna fly it upside down because they're saying that if you get the kit and fly it upside down, you void your warranty. So why let you fly it upside down?
Well, did you show everybody your new bracelet? Huh?
Collar?
Come here, Booner. Come here.
Again, no money. Anybody's a dog collar.
He's officially got his license on now. Right, Boone? Yeah. You're a goofball. You're a goofball. Yes, you are.
Like you're gonna jump up there and Paul's feet gonna be in the air.
Show him your license. See the blue thing on his collar?
Yep.
That's his license. He just got that yesterday.
Did you have to take them?
Yep. No, I just drove over to animal control and paid the money. It's all about the money.
Yep.
If y'all notice, Paul's got to spend money. Huh? Filthy rich.
No. I'm dead poor
Yeah.
because you can't take it with you when you die, Joe, and you've got family that you want to watch out for. I don't have anybody, and I don't give a shit. Most all of you people have family.
Paul, I'm with you. You know what? I got nothing to leave it to. Yeah. So you tell them.
You know, when I die, somebody come in this house and strip it all out, sell off whatever you want to sell off, throw out everything else, and I'll give a shit, and then get rid of the house. And the house is on a reverse mortgage, so and I don't have any balance available on it. So when I die, it just goes. Psh. Now it's worth a lot more than the reverse mortgage because I think the reverse mortgage I owe $70,000 on it, and it's valued at $198,000.
You have a will, Paul?
No, I have no will at all for anything.
And you have absolutely no family, like no
nieces
or
no family.
No aunts, anybody.
Yeah, no. I got a 96-year-old aunt that she's wealthy.
Daddy, Daddy, Daddy.
No.
Does she have family?
Who?
The 96-year-old.
Yeah, she's got two cousins that I used to know, but they're well off and doing fine.
So when she dies, she's gonna probably leave it to you.
No, she's not. She's gonna leave it to the two of them.
Daddy, mommy told me about you all this time, Daddy. Don't worry, Daddy. I don't want no child support.
Uh-huh.
Well, what is it, Lance, you want to show Joe?
Well, I'm just gonna show, I want to ask him about my range on my Avada. I just want to show him my goggles, some images of my goggles. There's probably of no interest to anyone else, so I don't want to bore you guys. Joe seems to get more range with his Avada, and I just want to show him what my range is like.
Show me.
Almost every time I fly my.
Might be a learning experience for some of these guys.
Yeah.
And me.
Later.
Yeah, I get good range on there, but it could be the area, it could be the difference in the altitude, everything.
Yeah, I just want to
No.
show you my entire flight, and
because I'm flat most of the time, but I've got trees that are. Lately, I've been having problem with the Mavic 3. Now that don't make sense. I've been losing signal with the Mavic 3 more than anything.
Okay, everybody, I'm gonna pack it in. I'm gonna leave Joe and Lance on, but everybody else, take care, say goodbye.
Before you
Adieu.
go, before you
Yeah.
go, right? Everything's just fallen out of the cupboard, right? And when I look round, all the birds are all asleep or pretending to be asleep, right? Apart from Rio, who just opened his side eye, to look at me as to say, "You knew it me, don't you?" And then bowed his head. Little fucker.
Yeah. Okay, Mark, Ed, we'll see you later.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Catch you later.
Hey, Paul, make me the host and I'll kill it later.
Okay. You're the host.
Got it.
I'll share with you here in a second.
Okay.
Paul. May want to find it first. Okay, actually I'll back it up a little bit even. So let me go here, let me share. Window, here, share. Okay, you see the?
Yeah, I'm watching.
So I am right here, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna, so I'm right over here now,
Okay.
So let's play. And watch the orange come down here. I think it'll show. At some point, it's going to show when I start to lose range. So I'm right over there on the left, and I'm going to go. I'm fine here, but I whip back around. I go past the restaurant, so I'm going to go in behind. So I am right. You can see where I am. You can see my home. Okay. Come on back around. I've got to turn back around and go the other way, so it's going to be a second. Or you got 20 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to fly right over the top of me, and I'm fine.
Okay, so far.
okay so far, and I start to lose it right when I get around this tree. So right in, and I don't know if it's going to show or not, but it turns gold right in here. It didn't show it. There it is.
Didn't
There's
show it.
gold. You see that?
It showed it on the bottom. It showed it a little bit.
Yep, it did. Yeah, I didn't know if
In
it
the
would or not.
HD.
So I'm not very far away from myself, and I turned gold.
Now, go back to that spot again and look what it's doing. Go
Okay.
back to where we lost it.
Okay. Right around.
And when you get to it, when you see the thing, stop it, and I'll show you what it was doing.
Okay.
And when you see what it's doing, you're gonna laugh. Because it happens quick.
Well, I see it, and then I immediately beat feet back to my home.
Right. Should be now. Watch.
It's going to be right in here. Right in here. And it might not, is it going to show? There it is. Here.
Now, if you notice what it's saying, RC is your signal. Your signal's fine. HD is the signal going back to the goggles for HD video or regular video. That just affects your goggles.
Okay, so it's just my goggles, not my drone.
Yeah, because the RC is full.
Gotcha. Okay.
Not your drone.
So I, yeah, and I don't look at that. That's good to know. And it does it right there every time. And I've got another video earlier in the morning that it did it here as well. So it's my goggles, not my drone. What is this again?
Yeah, it's just you're still getting like 720 coming back to you, or you're about to lose the what is it, 1080 goes back to it. So you might, if you lose it, you'll probably drop to 720, but you'll still see.
Okay.
But you just lose a high depth.
And what does this mean again?
That is I think that's the rate that it's going back at, something per second.
Okay.
It's the rate that it's receiving at. Now, also, when you lose RC, that rate's going to drop to almost zero.
Yeah. But look, I'm only 340 feet away.
Yeah, that's kind of close. It's got to be, you know what it is? It's got to be the building and
It's
all
gotta
that
be
stuff
that
in
tree.
between you. Because you got a tree right there, too.
You know, it's probably this tree.
Because you're
right
on the other
here.
side of that tree when it did it.
Yep.
See, and that tree is almost look like a cypress tree.
Yeah, it's one of our pine trees. And as soon as I get around those trees is when it happens. See, and it's fine here, and then I cut right,
And it's right about
behind
there.
the tree. So the tree is
It's-
between me and the drone.
Yeah. You see, as soon as you pass that tree, it comes back.
Yeah.
So you were losing the signals in your feed just to your goggle.
Yeah.
The RC is the one you see. I don't even look at that down there.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, I don't even, half the time I don't even see it.
Okay. Because sometimes mine's turn red and I really freak out.
Well, the only time you got to freak out is if both turn red.
Yeah. And see, I don't look at those. I just look at the down here, right? That's what catches my eye. This I really don't. I don't have enough time to to fly and look here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
It's like I'm just trying to keep it in the air, and then when that orange pops up on the bottom, it's like, oh, geez, it kind of wakes me up, I think. But
Yeah, it does make sense.
and then I think I lose it here somewhere as well. When I go around and go to the marina, I've lost it down in here as well. But I don't know if I did on this particular flight. I might go down to the next row and lose it. I don't know.
Now you're gonna make me look. I'm gonna have to go out and fly today.
Yeah, no, I didn't lose it there. I'm good there. I need to have
When
enough
you did that,
balls to
something
fly.
turned red for a second.
It did?
Yes, something turned red for a second.
Okay, let me go back. Tell me if you see it.
I'm looking. Somewhere around here. See it now.
Yeah.
Maybe you flew over something red.
Yeah. Could have been like a reflection in the water too or something.
Yeah, because when you went over just then, I saw something reflecting there. It had like an orange red look. That might have been what I saw.
Sure. Okay. Because I'm only 300, and I'm fine here. Nothing happened. So it's got to be that tree.
Well, I guarantee it's that tree because if you look at how thick it is,
Yeah.
how full it is,
Yep.
and then right here, it's just because you're a poor flyer. Oh, never mind. Next time. Yeah, there you go. Do that. Go up that thing.
Yeah. Right. I want to go under here, but I don't have enough balls. Right.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. It's like a tugboat.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's. I just want to show you that because you go miles and you have trees in front of you all the time between you and your drone, and you never seem to. At least I don't see your goggles. You have a chip in your goggles.
A who?
A chip, a CD, an SD card.
Yeah, I do.
You should fly your little river, whatever that is, and you say you kind of lose.
There's your HD again. You see it? It went down again.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination between the metal in that building and everything.
Yeah. This metal here and this tree.
Yeah, because when you go up in here, when you went back that way, it does it again, right up around, right after you get over here. Right here, because now you got the building behind you. Right about there.
Yeah. So I've got the
you got the building straight behind you.
Yeah. And I'm.
But your RC is still at 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
You feel better now, don't you?
I do feel better now. So
but then you hit something.
Yeah, exactly. I'll keep an eye here from now on. And just make.
So my next flight with the Mavic 3 has got me nervous.
Oh yeah.
No matter what I fly, it's gonna make me nervous because it's my 200th flight.
Yeah. So look at your goggles, at some point. So go fly that river. You usually fly that river. You say you lose connection a little bit when you get to your farthest point. Then check out your goggles and see see how far you are, and then see when it does it. See, because I'm only 400 feet away, but again, it's got to be the building combo, the building and the trees. And who knows how much internet is up in here, right?
Yep.
Probably all kinds of internet in those apartments.
Yeah, it's probably just a metal.
Yeah.
Is that apartments?
Yep.
Is that apartments right there?
Those are apartments, yeah.
I wouldn't mind. That'd be a nice place to live.
Yeah, and these are apartments as well. These are definitely nice places to live.
Yeah, you just fly right off the balcony.
Yeah, exactly. Just park it.
I'd have me a little launch pad made up with a table and launch right there every day.
Yeah. These are probably $1 million condos.
Never mind.
Yeah. When Paul said his house was 200,000, you can't even buy a house in Western Washington for 200,000. It'd be the biggest, one bedroom studio or something.
Paul's probably got 200,000 in his house in jewelry.
Just the cost of living so different in different parts of the world.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well,
we're talking about rain this afternoon. It's pretty right now.
Is it?
Talking about rain this afternoon. I'm gonna start hiding my tattoo.
Hey, Mark.
They might send me to El Salvador.
Mark is still on it. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm all right. My doorbell's just gone.
Yeah,
Keno.
I want to show Joe that orange because I was kind of concerned. Now you got it figured out. So, and I'm not very far away from my launch.
Keno.
That's the thing that bothered me. Because Joe seems to be 1,000 feet away before he loses anything.
I was about 1,500 when I lost full control in the Mavic 3 the other day, and it had to be the trees, because there was
Yeah,
a bunch of trees in
1,500,
between.
1,500 with a Mavic 3 is nothing. You know,
I know.
unless you're low, right? You've got a lot of stuff between you and the drone.
Well, if I would have make an imaginary line from where I'm at to where the thing was, I was shooting right through trees.
Yeah.
So if I would have been at about 300 feet, probably been fine. But I was at about 100 feet.
You know, and you've seen where I launch it in my cabin, you know, and I can send my Mavic 3 5,000 feet out into the ocean, out into that bay, and never lose any, you know, reception at all. But as soon as I bring it back and fly along the coastline, if I fly 2,000 feet, you know, I start to get wonky on me, just because you've got things between you and the drone.
Yeah, like Johnny flew I can say it now since nobody could hear it. Johnny flew the Air 3S almost 20,000 feet along the coast over water.
Yeah.
He chickened out when he got to about 1950, turned it around.
Yep. Cadena. Sure. Yes, I
And
can.
you should have seen Johnny on that one, Mark. He said he's getting close to 20,000 feet. I said, "What's your battery?" He said, "I'm stopping. I'm coming back." His battery was at like 60%, and he had the wind to his back coming to him, coming to us.
Okay, 409. Thank you. Bye now.
He only used like 10%.
Hold on, guys.
He's got to go break up a fight.
Picture's still on here? Yeah, it's on there. I have it up. Okay, so I'll have this next to my table. Thank you, I appreciate you. Okay. When it rains, it pours. My gosh, I had a phone call and a kid at my door.
Yeah, I thought you had to go break up a fight or something the way he took off.
Yeah, no, she's returning she took pictures at the water polo and she returned the camera. And now she's got to edit them 6 periods. I need to set that bag off to the side so I don't give it to that kid and lose her images. So yeah.
What I was saying, Lance, he got to 1,900 feet. He had like 60% battery, and he freaked out and he came back. He could have went to 20,000 easy. You got a party going on, Mark? Yeah.
Hold on, I can't hear anything because they're playing music.
I thought it was him.
You got them back now, ain't you? So shut the fuck up.
Some of these aren't rechargeable. Yeah. Reloadable anyways. Like that one isn't.
Well, you told me to brought them back.
That one isn't.
You told me to brought them back. And half these lighters will
That
be
one
mine either way what I bought.
That one is.
Okay, guys. Hey, I've got to get going. I'm subbing for a teacher. They're going to start rolling in, so I need to get things ready. But hey, thanks.
I don't know if I'll be on later. Depends on what time they do the crawfish. So
okay. Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for helping.